Okay, so at this point, uh, the British Guards here are up against the French Guards, the Garde Française, and the Swiss Guards for the French. Um, the French and the Swiss Guards, at least at this point in the battle, did not really quite live up to the name Guards, but they did rally and come back. So this is the point at which the famous episode, which is probably either totally apocryphal or greatly exaggerated by Voltaire. The commander, one of the officers of the British Guard came out and doffed his hat and said to the French, "Don't run away the way you did it, Dettingen. What you're going to do here is stand and fight, and you, sir, gentlemen of France, you may fire first." After which the French commander doffed his hat and said, "The French never fire first. You may fire when ready, sir." This probably didn't happen like that. It's probably greatly exaggerated, but it's a fun story. All right, so after the British delivered their volley, devastated the French Guards. The Guards' volley went high. It was very, very, very bad, and then they withdrew. The British infantry then just kept moving on and on and on until they got about in here and found themselves pretty much flanked on both sides. So they kind of formed a sort of a species of army square where they had three sides of the square anyway. The back was, the rear side was open. They stood there and basically got pounded on by the French for a long time. The French cavalry made a few forlorn hope charges, kind of like they did at Agincourt in the 15th century. They charged British bayonets and were pretty well stopped. And at this point, then Cumberland looked at his Austrian advisor or general Koenigsegg, and they said, "This isn't working. We're going to get out of here." And he ordered a withdrawal. They withdrew orderly. It was not a rout. It was an orderly withdrawal. They kept firing as they withdrew. However, they did abandon the field, and this was the first time in the 18th century that the British were beaten in a stand-up open field fight against the French. Before the battle, Cumberland was advised by some cavalry commanders that what he should have done, or what he could have done, is taken some of the cavalry and done a right hook here and behind the woods of Berry and come in here on the French flank. He turned it down. It was either too logical, too complicated, or he didn't think it was manly enough. So anyway, that never happened. In a future scenario, I may allow that to happen. For the game tomorrow, I'm going to start it historically and just see how it pans out. If it turns out to not be a very balanced scenario, then I may allow that in a future game as an alternate what if. So guys, that's it. I'll post some pictures of the game tomorrow. Roll high and keep those brushes moving. See ya.